Dear my high student, secondary 2 session number 7. أعزائي طلاب الصف الثاني الثانوي، أهلا بكم وحلقة جديدة وريفيجن on light reflection, refraction, diffraction and interference and Snell's law. قلنا قبل كده الابسوليوت ريفراكتيف اندكس كان ال N C over V. الريلاتيف ريفراكتيف اندكس N12 V1 over V2 or sin phi over sin theta. قلنا سنيلز لو نفتكر مع بعض N1 sin phi equal N2 sin theta. الكريتيكال انجل N equal 1 over sin phi C. بعد كده خدنا توماس يانج دبل سليت اكسبيرمنت دلتا واي ايكوال لامدا ار اوفر دي. تعالوا نشوف كده questions number 1. questions number 1 the product of refractive index and sine critical angles while equal في فور تشوز sin phi ولا sin theta ولا sin phi divided sin theta and 1. الانسرز طبعا هنا البرودكت احنا قلنا ال N 1 over sin phi C، يبقى البرودكت of N refractive index and sin critical angle اكيد الانسرز بيطلع ب 1. questions number 2 if absolute refractive index of glass and water 1.6 and 1.33 respectively. So, the critical angle for glass 40 في 4 choose. Number 1 40, number 2 38, number 3 60.6, number 3 38.68. Choose number B, the critical angle of glass, وقال لي 140, number 2 48.75, number 3 60.6, and number 4 38.68. Choose number C, the critical angle from the glass to water, 40 ولا 48.75 ولا 56.23 ولا 38.68. Answers questions number 2A. The critical angle for glass sin phi C 1 over N، يعني الكلام ده equal 1 divided 1.6 critical angle equal 38.68. B. The critical angle for glass sin phi C 1 divided N، يبقى هنا equal 1 divided 1.33، يبقى critical angle equal 38.75. And C. What's meant by Snell's law? N1 sin phi equal N2 sin theta. يبقى sin phi C N2 over N1 equal 1.33 divided 1.6. Problem number 3. A point source of light placed 4 meters below the surface of water of refractive 5 over 3. The minimum diameter of a disk which should be placed one of the source on the surface of water to cut off all light coming out of water is. وقال لي هنا 4 choose. هل ده 2 متر ولا 4 متر ولا 31 متر ولا 6 متر؟ هنا الانسرز sin phi C 1 divided N equal 3 divided 5، لكن التان phi C 3 divided 4، يبقى الراديوس divided 4 يبقى الراديوس هنا 3 متر. وهنا the minimum diameter 3 multiply 2 equals 6 meter. Questions number 4. If about of relative index of water 1.33, then the time taken by light to move a distance 20 meter in water equals, وقال لي the speed of light in air equal 3 times 10 power 8 meter per second. وفينا for choose number 1 8.87 10 negative 8 second. Number 2 5 multiply 10 power 2 meter per second. And number 3 32 multiply 10 power 5 meter per second. And number 4 multiply 10 power 5 meter per second. Answers problem number 4. The absolute refractive index of water is 1.33, then the time taken by light to move a distance 20 meters in water is equal. The speed of light in water equal 3 times 10 power 8 meter per second. يبقى الانسرز هنا 8.87 multiply 10 negative 8 second. Choose number 5. Delta y graph between delta y and reciprocal of d distance between two slits in Thomas Young double slit experiment. في y axis delta y x axis 1 divided d. The slope of this graph وفي عندي 4 choose. Number 1 d delta y over r. Number 2 d delta y over r. Number 3 lambda d. Number 4 lambda divided d. هنا يبقى الانسرز اكيد lambda multiply d. Problem or choose or graph number 6. The graph relation between delta y and the reciprocal of d. وعندي 3 straight line x and y and z. بيقول لي of if d are the same which is the last wavelength of this graph. يبقى x ولا y ولا z ولا all x and y and z equal. احنا بنقول هنا if the d are same. d same which is the largest مين الأكبر في الويفلنس في of this graph. هل x greater the greatest or y or z or x equal y equal z يعني or all equal. طبعا هنا تعالى نشوف الانسرز. طبعا هنا if d if the same the largest wavelengths اكيد طبعا اللي هو is x. Choose number 7. In the opposite figures shows a light ray falling from a medium 1 to medium 2. So the relative refractive index from medium 1 to medium 2. The figures ومديني هنا هنا في 2 angles. في 60 between the incident ray and surface and 180 between a refracted ray and surface. وهنا for choose. Choose number 1 0.97. Choose number 2 0.49. Choose number 3 0.37. Choose number 4 0.7527. Answers 7. الفاي هنا equal 90 minus 60 equal 30. يبقى الثيتا 140 minus 90 equal 50. So ال n equal sin theta over sin 50 يبقى equal 0.6527. ده ال n. Problem number 8. Choose. A monochromatic light is refract from air into glass of refractive index K. So, the ratio of wavelengths of incident and refracted waves is في عندي 4 choose. Number 1 K to 1. Number 2 K to 2. Number 3 K square to 1. Number 4 K to 2. So the ratio of the wavelengths of incident and refractive طبعا هنا is K to 1. Questions number 9. Will the biggest refractive angle from light falling from water to refractive index 4/3 to air is وقال لي choose 20 ولا 50 degree ولا 90 ولا 100 degree. Answers 9. The biggest refractive angle for light beam falling from water to refractive index 4/3 to air is 90 degree. Choose number 10. هنا في incident ray وفي هنا prism وهنا الانجل 40 and 40. بيقول لي the refractive index of prism 1.5. If refractive index of prism 1.5, the falling ray on phase AB equal. وعندي هنا 4 choose. Emergent with an angle 45 دي number 1. Number 2 undergoes total internal reflections. Number 3 emergent with an angle 45. Number 4 emergent with an angle 55. تعال نشوف طبعا الانسرز. هنا undergoes total internal reflections ده number 10 لأن هنا الفاي greater than phi c فhappens total internal reflections. Problem number 11. هنا بيقول لي a light ray وفي الانسيدنت 18 وهنا الانجل اللي هي جوه 110. بيقول لي a light ray from air is incident at one end of glass fiber making incident of angle 60 on lateral surface. وقال لي هنا this undergoes total internal reflections. Light takes 12 microseconds to travel straight fibers. So the length of fibers وقال لي هنا for choose 2.05 كيلومتر ولا 1.04 كيلومتر ولا 1.76 كيلومتر ولا 2.04 كيلومتر. الانسرز الانجل سي 180 minus 110 equal 70 degree. The angle of refractions 90 minus 180 minus 70 plus 30 equal 10 degree. So n glass equal sin 18 over sin 10 equal 1.78. But V equal C divided 1.78. 3 multiplied 10 power 8 divided 1.758 equal 1.069 10 power 8 meter per second. So the distance traveled by a light of fibers during 12 microseconds, D, V multiply T, 1.69 multiply 10 power 8 multiply 12 multiply 10 negative 6. So in D equal 2.03 multiply 10 power 3 meter. يبقى هنا the length of fiber طبعا 2.03 multiply 10 power 3 sin theta. يبقى the length of fibers equal 1.76 كيلومتر. هنا عملنا divided 10 power 3. Problem number 12. The refractive index of glass slabs of refractive index 1.752 to another medium of refractive index N is 45. The refractive index N وقال لي for choose 1.17 ولا 1.07 ولا 0.07 ولا 0.17. تعال نشوف الانسرز. If the refractive index of glass slabs of the refractive index 1.52 to another medium to refractive index N is 45, the refractive index N equal 1.07. Problem number 13. A light wave of incident of angle 60 on glass plate. If the reflected and the refract waves are mutually perpendicular, if refractive index is وقال لي choose 3 ولا 5 ولا 1 over root 3. الانسرز 1 over root 3. Problem number 14. A monochromatic light is refracted from air into glass. Of the refractive B, the ratio between wavelengths is 1 to B ولا B to 1 ولا 1 to B square ولا 1 to 1. So the answers B to 1. And thank you very much my high students secondary 2. شكرا أعزائي طلاب الصف الثاني الثانوي. شكرا وإلى اللقاء في حلقة قادمة وشكرا. Thank you.